Whispers of the cosmos, the night is calm. A gentle breeze flows through the open window, carrying the cool scent of midnight air. You lie in bed, wrapped in a soft cocoon of blankets, feeling the steady rise and fall of your breath. Outside, the stars twinkle in the vast sky, silent watchers of the sleeping world. As your eyelids grow heavy, a quiet hum seems to fill the space around you, not a sound, but a sensation, a presence. It is neither near nor far, neither loud nor faint. It is simply there, like a whisper from something greater than yourself. Then, something shifts, a warmth spreads through your body, not from the blankets, but from within. Your limbs feel light, weightless. As if gravity has loosened its hold. The air around you thickens like a gentle current of water, cradling you, lifting you, pulling you into the unknown. You open your eyes, the ceiling of your room has vanished. The walls, the bed, the world you know, they are gone. In their place is a boundless ocean of stars stretching in every direction. Some shimmer faintly, others burn with brilliant fire. Nebulae bloom like cosmic flowers, swirling in hues of violet, blue, and gold. A slow, steady pulse moves through them, like the breath of the universe itself. You are floating, there is no up, no down, only the endless expanse of the cosmos. The feeling of weightlessness is soothing. As if the universe itself is holding you in its vast embrace. The hum grows clearer now, resonating deep in your bones. It is not chaotic, nor is it random. It has rhythm, a melody, a song as old as time, and then you understand, this is the whisper of the cosmos, the echoes of ancient stars, the silent conversation of galaxies drifting through eternity. Every particle, every wave of light, every pulse of energy is a part of this grand symphony. And now, so are you. You glide effortlessly through the darkness, drawn forward by a force both gentle and irresistible. Distant planets come into view, their surfaces kissed by the glow of distant suns. Some are barren and cold, others covered in swirling storms of fire and ice. A comet streaks past, its luminous tail stretching for miles, a traveler on its own timeless journey. You reach out instinctively, and though you cannot touch it, you feel its presence, a soul wandering through space, much like yourself. You wonder how long you have been here. Seconds. Hours. Time feels different, slower, softer. It does not rush, does not press upon you. It simply exists, flowing like a river that has no beginning and no end. The whispers continue, weaving through your thoughts like threads of stardust. They do not speak in words, but in feelings, serenity, curiosity, wonder, and then, a question forms in your mind. Have I been here before? It feels familiar, as if this is not the first time you have drifted through the universe in this way. Perhaps you have always belonged to the stars, and only now have you remembered. A sense of peace washes over you. There is no fear, no urgency. Only stillness. Only the gentle pull of the cosmos guiding you deeper into its embrace. Slowly, your body begins to relax. The whispers grow softer, fading into the background of your mind like the last notes of a lullaby. The stars seem to dim, their glow becoming distant, dreamlike. Your eyelids grow heavy once more, and as sleep takes you, the universe whispers one last time, rest now, traveler. The stars will always be here when you return. Land of darkness and light, the universe is an endless sea, stretching far beyond the limits of sight and thought. It is a realm of silence, yet it speaks in the language of stars. A place of stillness, yet it dances with the motion of galaxies. It is here, in the vastness of space, that your journey continues, drifting through the cosmic abyss. You feel neither weight nor resistance. There is no ground beneath you, no sky above, only the infinite stretch of existence. The darkness is profound, but it is not empty. It is filled with whispers, with echoes of forgotten stars and the quiet hum of the universe's breath. Then, in the distance, a glimmer appears. It is not the cold, distant shimmer of a faraway sun, but something deeper, more alive. A pulse of golden light flickers through the void, like a beacon calling you forward. You move toward it effortlessly, drawn by an unseen force. The space around you begins to shift, the darkness folding and unraveling as new shapes emerge. Vast clouds of cosmic dust swirl like ancient tapestries, woven with trails of glowing particles. Nebulae bloom in slow motion, their gaseous tendrils twisting and curling as if caught in an eternal waltz. Then, you see it, a world unlike any other, where night and day do not battle, but exist in harmony. One half is engulfed in shadow, a land of endless twilight where the stars burn bright against the abyss. The other half is bathed in golden radiance, warmed by the light of a brilliant celestial body suspended in the sky. As you descend, you find yourself at the threshold between these two realms. The boundary is neither harsh nor defined, instead, light and darkness weave together like threads of silk, blending into a perfect balance. You take a step into the land of light. The ground beneath your feet shimmers, not solid but not insubstantial, like stepping upon a field of glowing mist. Structures rise from the surface, their crystalline walls refracting the golden illumination. The sky here is not blue, but a radiant expanse of warm, shifting hues, as if the dawn and dusk exist simultaneously, eternally intertwined. The air hums with a quiet energy. Tiny luminous beings drift through the space around you, their forms shifting between fireflies and stardust. They weave patterns in the air, tracing delicate constellations before vanishing like sparks in the wind. Then, you turn toward the land of shadow. Here, everything is different yet equally mesmerizing. The darkness is not empty or cold, it is alive with quiet motion. The ground is smooth and reflective, like polished obsidian beneath your feet. Rivers of faint blue light flow through the terrain, guiding the way like celestial veins. Above, the stars are impossibly close. They do not simply twinkle, they pulse, their glow breathing in tandem with the silent rhythm of the cosmos. You feel as though you could reach out and touch them, as if they are watching you, whispering secrets from the edges of time. As you wander between these two realms, you begin to understand. This place is not merely a world, it is a reflection of the universe itself. Darkness is not the absence of light, nor is light the destruction of darkness. They are companions, intertwined forces shaping the very fabric of existence. One cannot exist without the other. You stand at the threshold once more, feeling the harmony between these opposing forces. The universe is not divided, it is whole. Light and shadow, sound and silence, movement and stillness. They are all part of the same endless dance. A gentle pull tugs at you once again. The land around you begins to fade, the stars growing distant, the golden glow dissolving into memory. The hum of the cosmos softens, retreating into the background like the final notes of a song. Your journey through the universe is not over, but for now, you are at peace. As you drift into sleep, the last whispers of the cosmos remind you, where there is darkness, there is light. And where there is light, there is always wonder. The first star I found, the universe is vast, an ocean of silent mysteries stretching beyond imagination. As you drift through the endless expanse, surrounded by the deep blackness of space, a single point of light catches your attention. It is not the distant shimmer of a galaxy nor the cold glow of a wandering comet. It is something different, something alive, a star. It flickers in the void, standing alone in the vast darkness. Unlike the clusters of stars that form constellations or the mighty suns that anchor planetary systems, this one seems solitary, isolated yet resolute. It burns with a quiet intensity, its glow pulsing like the steady rhythm of a heartbeat, drawn by its presence. You glide closer, feeling the subtle warmth radiating from its core. Its surface is a sea of swirling fire, waves of golden flames dancing across a molten sphere. The heat is immense, yet it does not harm you. Instead, it feels welcoming, like the embrace of an ancient guardian. You watch as the star breathes, expanding, contracting, shifting in a slow, steady rhythm. It is alive in ways that cannot be seen, only felt. And as you gaze into its luminous depths, a story unfolds, the birth of a star. Long ago, before this star was born, it was nothing more than a cloud of dust and gas, drifting aimlessly through the cosmos. For eons, it remained in darkness, an invisible whisper in the void. But the universe is never truly still. Slowly, unseen forces began to stir. Gravity, the unseen hand that shapes the cosmos, started to pull the scattered particles inward. At first, it was a gentle embrace, like a quiet call. But as more matter gathered, the pull became stronger. The cloud collapsed inward, growing denser, its center growing hotter. Time stretched on, measured not in days or years but in millennia. The pressure within the forming core intensified until, in a single, breathtaking moment, the atoms within it fused together, light. For the first time, the darkness was pierced by a brilliant glow. The first breath of a newborn star, it did not roar into existence with fury, nor did it shatter the void with sound. It simply emerged, an ember in the great cosmic night, radiating warmth into the cold expanse. Now, as you hover near its radiant form, you understand that this lonely star is not truly alone. It carries within it the echoes of everything that came before, the dust of ancient supernovas, the remnants of long-dead galaxies. The whispers of creation itself. The star continues to burn, its light a message sent across time and space. Perhaps, far away, its glow will reach the eyes of a traveler, just as it has reached you. Perhaps its story will inspire another dreamer to explore the cosmos, to seek the beauty hidden in the vastness. You linger a little longer, feeling the steady pulse of its warmth. The light flickers, not fading, but shifting, changing as all things in the universe must. This star, like all others, will not last forever. One day, its fuel will run out. Its fire will dim. It may collapse into a dense core or erupt in a brilliant explosion, scattering its essence back into the universe, and from that dust, new stars will be born. You smile, knowing that the universe is a cycle of endings and beginnings, of light and darkness, forever intertwined. The star watches over you as you drift away, its glow steady, unwavering. You close your eyes, feeling the warmth still lingering around you, wrapping you in a quiet embrace. As sleep takes you, the universe whispers one last time, every star has a story. And every light, no matter how small, shines for a reason. Time travel in a dream, the night is still. A gentle hush blankets the world, and the soft rhythm of your breath blends with the quiet hum of the universe. As your eyelids grow heavy, your mind begins to drift, untethered from the present. The boundaries of time loosen their grip, and suddenly, you are no longer simply dreaming, you are traveling. At first, it is subtle. The sensation of floating, of being neither here nor there. The familiar world fades away, replaced by something new, something vast. Then, you feel it, a shift, like the turning of unseen gears, the movement of something far greater than yourself. You open your eyes, the world around you is unfamiliar, yet strangely inviting. Towering structures of shimmering light rise into the sky, their forms fluid, as if shaped by time itself. The air vibrates with a faint energy, the hum of existence stretching forward into eternity. You step forward, and with each movement, time bends, warping beneath your feet. Am I in the future? A figure appears, a man with silvered hair, his eyes deep with knowledge. He smiles, as if expecting you. You have traveled far, he says. His voice is steady, ageless. Do you know where, or when, you are? You shake your head. You are in a time yet to come, he continues, gesturing toward the luminous city around you. A place built upon centuries of progress. But time is not as rigid as you think. He lifts a small device, smooth, metallic, glowing faintly at its core. Einstein once proposed that time is relative, that it stretches and contracts depending on motion and gravity. A traveler moving close to the speed of light would experience time more slowly than one at rest. To an observer, years would pass, while to the traveler, only moments. You watch as the device flickers, its glow pulsing in waves. Time is not a straight line, he continues. It is a river, flowing forward but bending, twisting. And sometimes, for those who dream deeply enough, the river carries them beyond the present. You gaze at your surroundings, the luminous city pulsing with life. Vehicles hover effortlessly, energy flows in invisible streams, and the stars above shine with an intensity you have never seen before. This is only one possibility, the man says, his voice quieter now. The future is not fixed. Just as a traveler can move forward in time, so too can choices shape what lies ahead. A thought stirs within you. If time can stretch forward, can it also pull backward? The man seems to hear your unspoken question. He nods. The past is never truly gone. It exists as echoes, woven into the fabric of time. The world around you shifts again. The glowing structures dissolve into mist, replaced by towering stone walls, firelit streets, and the scent of earth and rain. You are standing in a time long forgotten. People move past in flowing robes, their voices carrying a language ancient yet familiar. The sky above is darker, untouched by artificial light. You realize, with a shiver of awe, that you have stepped into history. A young woman stops before you, her gaze sharp with curiosity. "You do not belong here," she says softly. You open your mouth to respond, but before you can, the world begins to dissolve again. Time is shifting, carrying you once more. The silver-haired man's voice echoes in your mind. Time is not a prison, but a path. And in dreams, we walk that path freely. The sensation of movement slows. The hum of the universe grows distant, fading into a whisper. You feel the pull of the present calling you back, the weight of reality settling once more. Your eyelids flutter. The dream is slipping away, like grains of sand through open fingers, but before the last remnants disappear, a single thought lingers in your mind. If time is a river, then perhaps, in dreams, we are all travelers. And as sleep fully takes you, the stars outside your window seem to shimmer a little brighter, as if whispering secrets only the dreamers can hear. The solar wind, the universe hums with unseen energy, an endless symphony playing across the vast emptiness of space. Though silence fills the void, there is a force that moves, dances, and breathes, a current of light and energy streaming endlessly from the heart of a distant fire. You drift through the darkness, weightless, surrounded by a stillness so complete it feels as if time itself has paused. But then, something shifts. A pulse, a ripple in the cosmic sea. It touches you, not with hands or sound, but with an invisible force, a breath of the sun, sweeping through the void like an unseen tide. The solar wind, it rushes past you, a river of charged particles, flowing outward from the sun at unimaginable speeds. A stream of energy, born from the seething heart of a star, stretching across millions of miles to touch the edges of the solar system. Though you cannot see it, you can feel it, its presence like a whisper against your soul. You turn your gaze toward its source. There, in the distance, burning with impossible brilliance, is the sun. A vast and violent sphere of fire, its surface roiling with storms of plasma. Gigantic arcs of flame leap into space, twisting and curling before breaking apart. The sun is alive, breathing energy into the cosmos, sending waves of light and power in all directions. You watch as the solar wind carries tiny fragments of the sun itself outward, traveling beyond the planets. Beyond the asteroids, toward the unknown. It rushes past Earth, touching the magnetic field that shields the planet like an invisible guardian. As the charged particles collide with the atmosphere, they ignite the sky in waves of shimmering color, the auroras, the lights that dance at the edges of the world. But the journey of the solar wind does not stop there. It moves onward, past the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, past the frozen realms of Neptune and Pluto. Even at the edges of the solar system, where the sun's light is only a distant glow, the wind still flows, pushing outward into the great expanse beyond. You reach out, letting yourself drift within the unseen current. It carries you gently, not as a storm, but as a breath, soft, endless, eternal. And in this moment, you understand, the sun is not merely a distant star. It is a giver of life, a silent guardian, a creator of winds that shape the very fabric of space. You close your eyes, feeling the energy around you, the endless motion of particles too small to see, yet powerful enough to shape entire worlds. The hum of the solar wind fills your thoughts, a lullaby whispered by the cosmos itself, and as you drift into sleep, wrapped in the gentle embrace of the universe, you hear one last echo. Even in the emptiness of space, the sun's breath will always find you. Echoes of the Big Bang. The universe is vast, a silent expanse stretching beyond imagination. Yet, if you listen closely, not with your ears, but with your soul, you may hear something ancient, something that has been whispering for nearly 14 billion years, a faint hum. A distant echo. A message from the beginning of everything. You drift through the darkness of space, weightless, surrounded by an ocean of stars. But before the stars, before the galaxies, before time as we know it, there was only a single moment, the Big Bang. The birth of the universe. A moment so powerful that its echoes still ripple through existence, a cosmic afterglow lingering in the fabric of reality. As you float, time bends. The universe rewinds, peeling away the layers of history. Galaxies unravel, stars fade, planets dissolve into dust. The present dissolves, and you are moving backward, back toward the beginning, back toward the very first light, then, nothing, a silence so deep it feels infinite. A void so complete that even darkness does not yet exist. But within that nothingness, something is stirring. A tension, a pressure, a force waiting to be unleashed, and then, it happens, a flash. A burst of unimaginable energy. Not a violent explosion, but a rapid expansion, a great unfurling of existence itself. From a single point, the universe blooms outward in all directions. Time begins. Space is born. Matter takes shape, swirling, colliding, forming the first building blocks of everything that will ever be. But you are not here to witness the fire of creation. You are listening for something softer, the whisper left behind, as the young universe cools, light and energy settle into harmony, and a great glow spreads across the cosmos. This is the cosmic microwave background radiation, the oldest light in existence, stretched and softened over billions of years. It is the afterimage of creation, the last breath of the Big Bang, still lingering in every corner of space. Even now, in the present, the echo remains. Scientists have captured it, measured it, traced its delicate patterns like ripples in a vast cosmic sea. It is everywhere, woven into the universe, a quiet reminder of where everything began. You open your senses to it, reaching beyond the stars, beyond the galaxies, beyond time itself. The hum of the universe surrounds you, a soundless melody, a memory of light, a lullaby from the dawn of existence. You drift, wrapped in its embrace, feeling the deep and endless pulse of time. And in that moment, you understand, the universe is not silent, it sings, and as you surrender to sleep, the last whisper of creation lingers in your thoughts. I was here before you. I will be here long after. But in this moment, we are one. Black holes and the eye of the universe is filled with wonders, brilliant stars, swirling galaxies, and endless oceans of light. But among these celestial marvels, there are places where even light cannot escape, where time itself bends and reality is stretched beyond recognition. You drift through the darkness of space, weightless, silent. Ahead of you looms a void, a black hole, a great abyss carved into the fabric of the cosmos. It does not shine, does not shimmer, does not glow. It is pure darkness, an absence rather than a presence. And yet, you feel its pull, an invisible force reaching for you, tugging at the very essence of your being. This is no ordinary darkness. This is the eye of the universe, staring endlessly into the void. You hover at the edge of its influence, just beyond the event horizon, the point of no return. Here, space and time twist in ways that defy understanding. If you move closer, time itself will stretch, slowing as if trapped in an endless moment. To an observer watching from afar, you would appear frozen, forever lingering at the threshold. But to you, time would continue, perhaps for seconds, perhaps for eternity. The edge of the black hole glows faintly, not from the black hole itself, but from the doomed matter spiraling toward its center. A brilliant disk of light surrounds the darkness, burning with the last desperate energy of stars and dust torn apart by the immense gravity. It is beautiful and terrifying, a cosmic whirlpool devouring everything in its path. You wonder what lies beyond. If you cross the horizon, will you fall forever? Will you be stretched into nothingness, or will you glimpse something new, something hidden within the shadows of reality? No one truly knows. The heart of a black hole, the singularity, is a place where all known laws of physics break down. Space is crushed, time collapses, and the universe itself loses meaning. It is a mystery locked away behind the veil of darkness, an answer to a question that may never be known. You resist the pull, lingering just outside the event horizon, where light still exists, where space still bends but does not yet break. You watch as distant stars appear distorted, their light bending around the black hole like a great cosmic lens. Even the universe itself seems different here, as if you are standing at the edge of reality. You close your eyes, feeling the silent hum of the abyss. The black hole does not threaten or rage, it simply exists, a quiet observer of time, an ancient force that has shaped galaxies, guided stars, and swallowed the remnants of dying suns. Perhaps it is not a monster, but a guardian of secrets too deep for understanding. You drift away, slowly, gently, feeling the pull lessen as you return to the open embrace of space. The black hole remains behind you, its presence eternal, its mysteries untouched, and as you drift into sleep, the last thought that lingers is this: even in the deepest darkness, the universe watches with unblinking eyes. When time stands still, the universe is a vast and mysterious place, where time does not always flow as we expect. It bends, stretches, and slows in the presence of immense gravity. And there is no force greater, no pull stronger, than that of a black hole, a place where time itself begins to unravel. You drift through space, weightless, surrounded by an endless sea of stars. But ahead of you lies something different. A dark abyss, a silent void where even light cannot escape. A black hole, you hover just beyond its grasp, at a place where light still moves, where space still makes sense. Here, time ticks forward as it always has, steady and predictable. But as you inch closer, something changes. The black hole's gravity pulls at you, not just your body, but at time itself. Everything slows. From a distance, an observer would see you moving slower and slower, as if caught in an invisible web. Your seconds stretch into minutes, then hours, then years. To them, you appear frozen, suspended at the edge of the event horizon, never truly crossing. But to you, time feels the same. Your heart still beats, your thoughts still flow. Yet outside, the universe is racing ahead. You glance back. The stars you once knew have begun to shift, their positions different, their colors changed. Time is passing for them at a normal pace, but for you, so close to the black hole, it has nearly stopped. This is gravitational time dilation, predicted by Einstein's theory of relativity. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. And here, at the edge of the abyss, time is barely moving at all. What if you could return? What if you escape the black hole's grasp? You turn and begin to drift away, feeling the pull lessen, the weight of time returning to you. But as you move back into normal space, the universe around you is no longer the same. The distant stars have aged. Perhaps thousands of years have passed, perhaps more. To you, only moments have gone by. But to the universe, an eternity has unfolded. Civilizations may have risen and fallen. The night sky may be unrecognizable. You have become a traveler not through space, but through time itself. You float in the quiet of space, your mind heavy with the weight of what you have witnessed. Time is not fixed. It is not constant. It is fluid, shaped by the fabric of the universe itself, and as you close your eyes, surrendering to the pull of sleep, one final thought lingers: if time can be slowed, stretched, and lost, then perhaps, in the vastness of the cosmos, nothing ever truly ends. The bridge of the universe is full of hidden pathways, places where space folds, where time twists, where distances collapse in the blink of an eye. Some call them wormholes, others call them bridges between worlds. But no matter the name, they remain one of the greatest mysteries of the cosmos. You drift through the darkness, weightless, surrounded by the endless expanse of space. Stars twinkle in the distance, ancient and unchanging. But ahead of you, something is different, a ripple in the fabric of reality. At first, it is barely visible, a shimmer, a distortion, as if space itself is bending, twisting. Then, a swirling vortex begins to form, glowing faintly at its edges. It is a gateway, a tunnel through spacetime, a bridge that defies the very laws of physics. A wormhole, you hesitate, gazing into its depths. The entrance is dark, mysterious, its center vanishing into the unknown. Scientists have long debated whether wormholes truly exist, whether they could allow passage to another galaxy, another time, perhaps even another universe. But no one has ever traveled through one. Until now, taking a deep breath, you move forward. The edges of the wormhole pulse as you enter, and suddenly, the universe shifts, the stars vanish. The blackness of space is replaced by streaks of light, curving and stretching around you. Time no longer feels steady, it flows like a river. Fast in some places, slow in others. You are moving, but not in any way you have ever known. For a moment, you wonder, where will this passage lead? To a distant part of the cosmos? To a time long past? Or to something beyond human understanding? Then, as suddenly as it began, the tunnel opens, you emerge into a sky unlike any you have ever seen. A galaxy swirls above you, its colors deeper, richer, more alive than anything in the known universe. Strange stars burn in unfamiliar constellations. A planet drifts nearby, its surface glowing softly with hues you cannot name. You have crossed the bridge. You have stepped beyond the boundaries of the familiar. This is a new world. A new reality. You do not know if this place is in another galaxy, another dimension, or another timeline. But for now, it does not matter. You are here. You have traveled the impossible path, crossed the hidden bridge of the universe. You close your eyes, letting the wonder settle in your mind, feeling the vastness of possibility surround you. And as you drift into sleep, one final thought lingers: perhaps the universe is not a vast, empty space, but a network of unseen bridges, waiting to be crossed by those who dare to dream. Parallel universes, a reflection of yourself in another world. The universe is vast, but what if it is not the only one? What if, beyond the veil of reality, there exists another world, an echo of our own, similar yet different in ways both subtle and profound? Tonight, as you drift into the endless sea of space, you find yourself standing at the edge of something extraordinary, a mirror, not a glass mirror, not something solid, but a shimmering veil, a thin, wavering boundary between worlds. It ripples like water, reflecting the stars, bending the light around it. You feel a strange pull, as if something, or someone, is on the other side, waiting. Slowly, you reach out. The surface shivers beneath your touch. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, like a drop of water falling into a still pond, the mirror distorts, and you see it, another you. Their eyes meet yours, filled with the same curiosity, the same wonder. But there is something different. Their clothes, their posture, even the way the stars reflect in their gaze, subtle variations, barely noticeable, yet undeniably present. This is not merely a reflection. This is another version of you. A version that exists in a parallel universe. You step forward, and so do they. You raise your hand, and they mirror your movement. But then, something unexpected, they smile first. A fraction of a second before you do. The realization sends a shiver down your spine. This is not a perfect mirror. This is another world, with its own choices, its own paths, its own history. Perhaps, in this universe, you made different decisions. Perhaps you followed dreams you never pursued in your own world. Perhaps this other version of you knows things you do not. You wonder, how many of these worlds exist? Scientists have long speculated about the existence of parallel universes, realms where every possible outcome of every event plays out. A universe where you chose a different career. A universe where you never met certain people. A universe where history unfolded in an entirely different way, an infinite web of possibilities, stretching across dimensions, all connected in ways yet to be understood. The mirror between you and your other self begins to ripple once more. The connection is fading. Time in this place is fragile, fleeting. You watch as their figure grows distant, their world fading into a blur of light and shadow, before they disappear entirely. Your reflection moves one last time, lifting a hand, not as a mirror image, but as a wave, a silent farewell, and then, they are gone. The veil between worlds stills, and once again, you are alone beneath the endless stars. You close your eyes, feeling the weight of what you have seen. If parallel universes exist, then somewhere out there, another version of you is staring at the sky, wondering the same thing. Perhaps, in another reality, they are dreaming of you too, and as you drift into sleep, the last thought that lingers is this: if the universe is infinite, then somewhere, in some world, another version of me is dreaming of this very moment. The unknown galaxy, a journey to the unseen corners of the universe. The universe stretches endlessly, an ocean of stars and cosmic wonders, but even the vastest maps leave blank spaces, uncharted territories where no eyes have ever gazed, no ships have ever traveled. Somewhere in that endless expanse, beyond the reach of telescopes and imagination, lies a galaxy untouched, unnamed, and unknown. Tonight, you are drifting toward it. Weightless in the silence of space, you watch as distant galaxies glow like tiny specks of light. Their spirals and clusters are familiar, mapped and studied for centuries. But ahead of you, beyond the stardust and nebulae, something new emerges, a glimmer on the edge of the cosmos. A galaxy never seen before. As you draw closer, its shape unfolds before your eyes. Unlike the spirals and elliptical galaxies you've known, this one is different. Its stars swirl in patterns unfamiliar, a cosmic dance untouched by history. Colors shimmer in hues unseen in any known spectrum, as if light itself bends to new laws. There are no records of this place, no names for its stars, no stories written in its constellations. You are the first to witness it. A world of possibilities awaits. Does life exist here? Do planets orbit these nameless stars? Is this a young galaxy, newly formed, or an ancient one, forgotten by time itself? You guide your vessel toward a glowing nebula at the heart of the galaxy, its tendrils of dust and light stretching like the arms of a sleeping giant. In its depths, new stars are being born, their first rays piercing through the darkness, unseen by any other soul in the universe. You wonder, how many galaxies remain hidden, waiting to be found? The universe is vast beyond comprehension, and perhaps, even now, other travelers in distant worlds are making discoveries of their own, staring in awe at sights never seen before. The thought lingers as you drift through the silent beauty of this forgotten realm. There are no borders here, no boundaries, no names. Only the hum of the cosmos. The quiet pulse of creation itself. And for a moment, you are not just an observer, you are a part of it. A traveler among the stars, bearing witness to the untouched corners of the universe. As sleep begins to take you, the last thought whispering through your mind is this: even in the deepest unknown, the universe welcomes those who dare to dream. The dance of the stars, watching the orbits of the solar system and constellations. The night sky is alive with motion, not just with the twinkling of distant stars, but with a dance that has been unfolding for billions of years. Each planet, each star, each distant galaxy moves in harmony, following paths that have been set by the forces of gravity, time, and the universe itself. Tonight, you float through the vastness of space, gazing upon the incredible spectacle of the dance of the stars. Below you, the solar system spins slowly, its planets moving gracefully along their orbits. The sun sits at the center, its light casting shadows across the void, as the planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, perform their eternal waltz around it. Each one moves at its own pace, pulled by the sun's gravity, each following a perfect, invisible path across the heavens. You can see it all from here, the slow, rhythmic dance of the inner planets, tight and quick, their orbit small but sure. And then, further out, the outer giants, Jupiter and Saturn, sway majestically, their immense mass drawing them through space with slow grace. Beyond them, Uranus and Neptune twirl in their distant, cold paths, their motions gentle but precise. For billions of years, this dance has remained unchanged. The planets never collide, never drift from their courses. It is a perfect rhythm, a symphony played by the universe itself, a ballet that spans across light years. But even as the planets circle the sun, something even more magical is happening beyond the solar system. Above you, a constellation begins to take form. The stars in the night sky are not static, they, too, are in motion, part of their own celestial ballet. Each star moves through the vastness of space, following its own path, drifting through the galaxy. But to us, their motions are hidden by the vast distances between them, and they appear to be fixed in place. Yet, if you could see it, you would witness the stars of the Milky Way dancing in complex orbits, some in spiral arms, others closer to the galactic center. The constellations, Orion, the Big Dipper, the Southern Cross, are not fixed shapes, but patterns that shift over time as the stars themselves move through the galaxy. The dance of the constellations is a slow one, but one that will continue long after we are gone, ever-changing, ever-evolving. Tonight, as you drift through space, you find yourself witnessing this cosmic ballet in all its glory. The planets of the solar system continue their delicate orbits, while far beyond them, the stars of distant constellations shift and twirl through the great expanse. You feel the pulse of the universe, the beat of time itself, as the celestial bodies move in perfect harmony, each playing its part in the great dance. You feel a sense of peace and awe as you realize just how small and yet how connected everything is. The dance of the stars, the motion of the planets, the shifting constellations, this is the rhythm of the cosmos, a never-ending ballet that stretches across time and space. As you close your eyes, the last thought that drifts through your mind is this: the universe dances in perfect harmony, and I am just a fleeting observer of its eternal beauty. The last light of a dying star, witnessing the death and birth of a supernova. In the vast darkness of space, stars are born, live, and eventually, die. Their life cycles, vast and complex, span millions, even billions, of years. Yet, for all their glory, their end is as inevitable as the passing of time. Tonight, you find yourself drawn to one of the most spectacular and awe-inspiring events in the cosmos, the death of a star, and its transformation into a supernova. As you drift through the silence of space, you catch sight of a star in the distance. It shines, but not with the vibrant, steady glow of a young, healthy star. There is a flicker, a subtle instability in its light. This star is nearing the end of its life. For billions of years, it has burned with the fusion of hydrogen into helium, creating the energy that powers its brilliance. But now, its fuel is running low. The balance of forces that has kept the star stable for so long, gravity pulling inward, pressure from nuclear reactions pushing outward, is beginning to falter. The star expands, its outer layers swelling in an attempt to compensate for the inner turmoil. It becomes a red giant, its once bright surface dimming and flickering, as if struggling against the inevitable. You watch as the star pulses, its light wavering like the last breaths of a dying being. This is a moment of great tension in the life of a star, a final act of brilliance before the end. And you are here to witness it. As the star continues to burn through its fuel, it reaches the tipping point. The core collapses under its own immense gravity, and in a cataclysmic explosion, the star's outer layers are hurled into space. This is the moment of transformation. The star becomes a supernova, a spectacular explosion so bright that it can outshine an entire galaxy for a brief moment. The light from the supernova floods the cosmos, a burst of energy and radiation that lights up the surrounding space. For a brief instant, the universe is illuminated by the star's final flash, a flash that marks both the end of one life and the beginning of something new. You can feel the power of the explosion ripple through space, the shockwave stretching out, sending new elements and materials into the surrounding darkness. This is the moment when new stars, planets, and even life can be born from the remnants of the old. The supernova's core will collapse into a dense, dark neutron star or, in some cases, a black hole, while its outer layers will scatter across the galaxy, enriching the surrounding gas and dust with the heavy elements needed for the creation of new stars. As you watch, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. The death of a star, though violent and chaotic, is not the end. It is a beginning, a renewal. The elements scattered by the explosion will one day coalesce into new stars, new planets, and perhaps even new forms of life. In the wake of the supernova, the light begins to fade, but the remnants of the explosion will remain, a testament to the star's incredible journey. What was once a brilliant, steady light has now given way to a silent, glowing nebula, an echo of the star's final moments. As you float in the vastness of space, witnessing the final breath of this star, a thought settles in your mind. In the end, the death of a star is not truly an end. It is a transformation, a rebirth, a cycle that continues through the universe, forever shaping the future. And as you close your eyes, the image of the supernova's brilliant explosion lingers in your thoughts, a reminder of the beauty and power of the cosmos. The sea of light on an ice giant, exploring a planet with a glowing ocean. In the endless reaches of space, there are worlds so strange and beautiful that they seem to defy all understanding. Tonight, you are on the edge of one of these worlds, an ice giant, a planet far beyond the familiar reaches of the inner solar system, a place where the temperature is cold enough to freeze entire oceans, but where something extraordinary is unfolding beneath the surface. As you descend into the atmosphere, the air is thin and bitterly cold, and you can feel the weight of the planet's gravity pulling you down. The sky above is a deep, shadowed blue, and the distant stars are barely visible through the dense clouds. Yet, something else catches your attention, the glow. There, on the horizon, you see it. A vast, shimmering expanse of water, stretching far beyond the horizon, glowing softly beneath the icy surface. This is not a reflection of the stars, nor the light of the distant sun. It is an ocean that glows with its own internal light, a sea of light on a world so cold and distant that life, as we know it, would never survive. Yet here, in the depths of this icy giant, something incredible is happening. As you approach, you realize that the light is not coming from the water itself, but from beneath the surface. Far below the frozen crust, in the depths of the ocean, strange and alien creatures seem to pulse with light. Their bodies glowing with bioluminescence, illuminating the dark, cold waters. These creatures are unlike anything found on Earth, their forms shifting and undulating in ways that seem to defy logic. Some resemble glowing jellyfish, their tendrils stretching and contracting in time with the subtle rhythms of the ocean. Others are like soft, radiant orbs, floating effortlessly through the cold, their light pulsating like the heartbeat of a living world. The ocean's glow is caused by the interaction between the icy waters and the mysterious energy deep within the planet. It is a reaction that sends waves of energy through the ocean, lighting up the dark world below the surface. The glow flickers and changes, ebbing and flowing like the tides of a living organism. It is both mesmerizing and calming, as if the planet itself is breathing in time with the ocean. As you gaze out over the glowing sea, you realize that this planet, so far from the warmth of the sun, is alive in its own way. The icy surface may be inhospitable, but beneath it, there is a hidden world of light and life, a testament to the resilience and mystery of the universe. The creatures of this sea may not be like those we know, but they are part of the great, interconnected web of existence that stretches across the stars. The glow of the ocean becomes brighter as you move closer, and you feel a deep sense of awe. The energy of the planet flows through the waters, the entire ocean alive with pulses of light. It is a sea of wonder, a hidden world of beauty, suspended on a planet that should be lifeless but is anything but. As you continue your exploration, you begin to wonder, what other mysteries might lie hidden in the far reaches of the cosmos? What other worlds, like this one, may hold secrets waiting to be discovered? The universe is vast, and its wonders are beyond comprehension. But for now, you are content. You have witnessed a sea of light on a distant, icy planet, a reminder that even in the coldest, most inhospitable places, there is beauty to be found. The last thought that lingers as you drift into sleep is this: in the depths of the unknown, there are worlds filled with light, waiting to be discovered. The shadow of the comet, drifting through the rain of stardust, as you float through the endless blackness of space, the universe seems still, silent, and eternal. But tonight, you are drifting in a place where time itself feels like it slows, a place where the stars are distant whispers and the mysteries of the cosmos come alive. You have entered the path of a comet, and the sky around you is filled with a soft, glowing mist, the scattered remains of stardust, a rain of cosmic dust left behind by a celestial traveler. The comet, with its bright tail sweeping through space, is a wanderer of the universe, moving along its long elliptical orbit, carrying with it the ancient dust of creation. The comet's icy core, like a frozen relic from the early days of the solar system, carries with it secrets older than the planets themselves. As it moves through the emptiness, it releases a stream of dust and gas, creating a shimmering trail that stretches across the heavens. Tonight, you find yourself following in the comet's wake, drifting gently through the celestial rain, the dust particles glittering in the dark like tiny diamonds. The soft glow of the comet's tail illuminates the vast space around you, casting long shadows against the infinite blackness. Each grain of dust, as it floats through the cosmic void, tells a story of the birth of stars, the formation of planets, and the passage of time itself. The rain of stardust falls like a gentle shower, each speckle of dust moving in perfect harmony, tracing the comet's path through the universe. Some of the particles are ancient, remnants from long-lost supernovae, the explosions of stars that once burned bright in the sky but have now faded into memory. Others are newer, formed in the cold reaches of the outer solar system, drifting slowly toward the center of the comet's tail. As you float among the stardust, you feel as if you are suspended between the past and the future. Each tiny particle of dust holds the essence of a moment in time, a moment that stretches back to the dawn of the solar system, when the first building blocks of life were scattered across the void. And yet, in this moment, as you drift through the comet's shadow, you are part of something timeless. The rain of dust falls not just on you, but on every corner of the universe. It is a cycle that never ends, a constant flow of creation and destruction, of life and death. In the great expanse of space, the cosmic shower around you begins to feel more like a dance, each particle of dust moving in delicate patterns as it falls through the void. The stardust forms trails of light as they pass by, leaving behind glowing streaks in the dark. The longer you remain in the comet's path, the more you begin to sense a deeper rhythm to the universe, an ancient heartbeat, slow and steady. As the stars and comets move in their eternal orbits, the comet continues its journey through the cold expanse, its tail stretching farther into the unknown. Its light begins to fade as it moves further away from you, but the rain of stardust continues to fall around you, lingering in the space where you float. As the last remnants of the comet's tail drift into the distance, you are left with a sense of peace, as if you've been part of something larger than yourself. The universe is vast, but tonight, you've witnessed a small piece of it, a comet's trail, a rain of stardust, and a glimpse into the timeless dance of the cosmos. As you close your eyes, the shimmering particles of dust fade into the distance, leaving only the soft glow of the stars in the darkness. The thought that lingers in your mind is this: in the quiet, gentle rain of stardust, the universe whispers its secrets, and I am but a fleeting moment in its eternal journey. The call from the lost moon, discovering the traces of an ancient civilization on a forgotten moon. As you drift through the stillness of space, a sense of wonder and curiosity fills your mind. The universe is vast, its mysteries endless, and tonight, you are about to uncover one of its most captivating secrets. Somewhere in the silent depths of the cosmos lies a forgotten moon, one that has long been overlooked by explorers and scientists alike. But tonight, you are the first to hear its call. The moon is a quiet, desolate place, its surface covered in a blanket of dust and ancient craters. As you approach, its once gleaming surface seems to shimmer faintly in the distance, the light of a distant star casting long shadows across the barren land. It looks like any other moon, cold and lifeless, yet there is something about it, something that pulls you toward it, as though it has been waiting for you all along. You descend into the moon's thin atmosphere, your spacecraft gliding silently through the emptiness. The surface below is scarred by time, the remnants of countless impacts from asteroids and meteors. But as you draw closer to the ground, you begin to see something that shouldn't be there. Amidst the rubble and debris, you spot strange, geometric shapes, half buried in the dust. They don't belong to nature. They are too precise, too intentional. As you land and step out onto the surface, the stillness of the moon surrounds you, broken only by the sound of your own breath inside your helmet. You approach the strange formations, your footsteps leaving deep imprints in the soft dust. The shapes are unlike anything you've ever seen, towering structures, their surfaces worn and weathered by time. Some are partially collapsed, while others stand tall, their edges sharp and well-defined, as though they were built by hands that knew the art of craftsmanship. You discover what appears to be an entrance, an ancient doorway carved into the surface of the moon. It is adorned with symbols and markings, intricate designs that seem to tell a story, a story lost to time. The markings are familiar, yet alien, like a language that you almost understand but can't quite grasp. You feel a strange sense of reverence as you stand before them, as though you are witnessing something sacred, something that has been forgotten for eons. Inside, the atmosphere is thick with the weight of history. The air is dry and cold, but the remnants of the past are all around you. The walls are lined with what appear to be murals, faded images of beings, their forms unlike anything you've encountered. Some seem human, others more otherworldly, their eyes staring out from the walls as if they are watching you, waiting for you to understand. You move deeper into the ruins, your flashlight cutting through the darkness. As you explore, you uncover more and more signs of this ancient civilization, a civilization that once thrived here, on this forgotten moon, long before humanity ever set foot on the surface of any world. You find strange artifacts, tools, broken pieces of technology, and remnants of structures that hint at a level of advancement far beyond what you know. It's as if the people who built this place had mastered the secrets of the universe, only to fade away into obscurity. As you stand in the heart of this lost city, a sense of awe washes over you. The silence of the moon seems to deepen, and you realize that you are not alone. The echoes of the past fill the space around you, a soft whisper of a forgotten time. The moon is calling out to you, not with words, but with a deep, resonating feeling, a call to uncover its mysteries, to understand its story. Then, in the stillness, you hear it. A faint hum, like a distant song, coming from deep within the moon. It's as if the ancient civilization that once lived here is reaching out, trying to communicate with you. The sound is subtle, almost imperceptible, but it carries with it a sense of urgency, a plea to remember, to honor, and to share their legacy with the universe. As you step back outside, the moon's surface seems to glow with a soft, ethereal light, as if the very air itself is alive with the memories of those who came before. You feel a deep sense of connection to this lost world, a world that once flourished and now lies dormant, waiting for someone to remember it. As you return to your spacecraft, the hum fades, but the feeling lingers. You have discovered something profound, something that will change everything. The lost moon has shared its secrets with you, and in doing so, it has reminded you of the fragility of time, the fleeting nature of civilizations, and the eternal desire to leave a mark upon the universe. The final thought that echoes in your mind as you leave the moon behind is this: the voices of the past never truly fade. They are always waiting for someone to listen, to hear their call from the lost corners of the cosmos. The path to the heart of the galaxy, confronting the immense power of the Milky Way. As you journey deeper into the cosmos, you find yourself moving toward a place unlike any you've encountered before, a place that is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. The center of the Milky Way, the heart of our galaxy, lies ahead, its massive gravitational pull beckoning you toward it. The darkness of space around you seems to deepen as you draw closer to this cosmic center, where unimaginable forces are at play. The Milky Way, vast and spiral in shape, holds within its arms billions of stars, planets, and nebulae. But at its center lies a mysterious force, a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A. A behemoth so powerful that it warps the very fabric of space and time. This force has been drawing you toward it, urging you to understand its power and secrets. Tonight, you are on a path that will take you to the very heart of the galaxy. As your spacecraft approaches the galactic core, the stars around you grow brighter and more densely packed. The light from countless stars, their lifetimes playing out in brilliant bursts and silent fades, fills your vision. It is a sight both magnificent and humbling, one that reminds you of the fleeting nature of life in the vastness of space. The gravitational forces at the core of the galaxy grow stronger with each passing moment. The pull is almost tangible now, tugging at your vessel, stretching it like a thread in the wind. You can feel the immense pressure of this force pushing against you, but there is no turning back. The path you are on leads only to the heart of the galaxy, and as you get closer, the universe around you seems to swirl with the energy of creation and destruction. The stars near the galactic center burn with a brilliant intensity, their light compressed and concentrated by the powerful gravity surrounding them. As you pass through this region, the stars appear to move in strange, elliptical orbits, drawn inward by the central black hole. Some of these stars are caught in a never-ending dance, their paths curving closer and closer to the black hole's event horizon, the point of no return. These stars are the remnants of once proud giants, now spiraling toward their inevitable end, their light fading as they disappear into the darkness. The supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy, though unseen, is the source of all this chaos. It sits silently. Its gravitational pull so strong that even light cannot escape it. This invisible force shapes everything around it, the stars, the gas clouds, the remnants of dead worlds. All of these are caught in the gravitational embrace of the black hole, drawn toward its singularity, where all matter and energy collapse into an infinitely small point. The closer you get to the core, the more surreal the experience becomes. The fabric of space-time itself seems to bend and distort. Time appears to slow down, as if it is being stretched by the enormous forces at work here. In the presence of such a powerful gravitational force, time and space no longer behave the way they do in the more familiar regions of the galaxy. You can feel the stretch of time, as though the universe is holding its breath, waiting for something, waiting for you to make your way to the very edge of the unknown. At the very center of the galaxy, the black hole looms, an entity beyond comprehension. Its power is beyond anything you have ever encountered. Here, in the deep heart of the Milky Way, the forces of creation and destruction intertwine in a cosmic dance, a balance of life and death that has been unfolding for billions of years. The stars burn brightly, and the black hole consumes everything that dares to get too close. It is a force of nature, indifferent to the passage of time, a reminder that the universe is both a place of infinite beauty and unrelenting power. As you hover on the edge of this incredible phenomenon, you are filled with a sense of awe and humility. You are standing at the threshold of the unknown. A witness to the immense forces that shape the cosmos. The universe, with all its wonder and mystery, stretches out before you, vast and unknowable. And as you stare into the dark heart of the galaxy, you realize that you are a tiny speck in the grand design of everything. The journey to the center of the galaxy is not one for the faint of heart. It is a journey that forces you to confront the unknown, to face the terrifying power of the universe, and to realize that we are all bound by the same forces that shape the stars. As you turn your spacecraft away from the heart of the Milky Way, the stars around you seem to twinkle even more brightly, as though they are welcoming you back into the fold of the galaxy. The immense power of the galactic core fades into the distance, but the memory of it remains. And as you drift away, you are left with one thought that echoes in your mind: the heart of the galaxy is a place of unimaginable power, where the universe's deepest mysteries are kept hidden, waiting for those brave enough to seek them. When the universe begins to fall asleep, discovering the land of darkness, the void almost without energy, as you float through the boundless reaches of space, the stars behind you begin to fade, their light growing distant and weaker. The once vibrant glow of distant galaxies and nebulae dim into nothingness. Ahead lies an uncharted region, an area so far removed from the energy of the universe that it seems to hold no life, no motion, only stillness. It is the place where the universe begins to fall asleep, the land of utter darkness where time and space seem to lose their meaning. The deeper you venture into this place, the more pronounced the emptiness becomes. No light. No sound. No heat. The silence is profound, as though the very fabric of the cosmos itself is taking a pause, drifting into a deep, endless slumber. Even the stars seem hesitant to venture here, avoiding this vast stretch of cold, uninhabited space. It is as though this part of the universe has been forgotten, a void that time itself has passed by. This is the great void, the land where light can barely reach and energy has nearly disappeared. You find yourself in a region where even the most distant signals from stars are blocked, their once vibrant pulses muted by the vastness of this empty space. Here, the universe is quiet, so quiet that you can feel the weight of the stillness in the air around you. Even as you float weightlessly, as you continue your journey, you can't help but wonder what lies at the heart of this place. Why has this section of space become so barren? Why does it feel as if the universe itself is taking a break, retreating into a deep sleep? The energy, or lack thereof, is almost palpable. There is nothing here to fuel the motion of the stars or the spirals of the galaxies. Even the remnants of dying stars seem to fade away, their energy completely drained, leaving behind only faint remnants of their existence. As you look around, the dark void stretches endlessly, a vast emptiness where not even the smallest spark of energy can be found. It feels like the place where the universe comes to rest after its long, tumultuous existence. As you drift further into the darkness, you feel a strange sense of calm, as though time itself has slowed to a crawl. The usual hum of the universe, its energy, its vibrations, seems to vanish. There is no energy to guide you, no stars to help you navigate. All that remains is the quiet, almost oppressive silence of the void. For what seems like an eternity, you float in the darkness, a solitary traveler in the space where the stars have faded and the universe seems to rest. You begin to wonder if this is the end of time, the end of light, the end of all things. Or is it simply a pause, a temporary stillness before the universe begins its next grand cycle? In this land of sleep, you encounter dark matter, the invisible substance that makes up most of the universe's mass, though it remains a mystery to those who seek to understand it. Here, dark matter seems more concentrated, more palpable, as if it is the only thing left to hold the universe together. It pulls at the fabric of space itself, maintaining the structure of the universe even in this deepest slumber. Though it cannot be seen, its presence is undeniable, like a soft whisper in the dark, a reminder that even in sleep, the universe is held together by forces we cannot yet comprehend. In the deepest regions of this cosmic stillness, you begin to sense something else, an eerie feeling that the universe is not truly asleep, but is simply conserving its energy, preparing for the next great awakening. Perhaps this is not the end of everything, but a place where the universe rests before beginning anew, before the stars will burn bright again, and the galaxies will spin into existence once more. As you turn to leave this silent, sleeping world behind, you reflect on what it means to encounter such a place. The universe, vast and full of untold energy, contains regions where life and light seem to disappear into a vast slumber. The great void is a reminder that all things must rest. But that rest is not an end, only a pause in the endless cycle of existence. The silence of the dark land lingers in your thoughts as you move on, back toward the light of the stars. You know now that the universe is a place of endless cycles, times of creation, times of destruction, and times of rest. And as you drift away from the place where the universe sleeps, you carry with you the quiet peace of that void, knowing that even in the deepest darkness, the promise of new light is always waiting. As the last traces of the void fade from view, you whisper softly to yourself, even in the darkest moments, the universe is only sleeping, waiting to awaken once more. The void is saying goodbye, feeling the last pulse of the journey. As you drift through the boundless reaches of space, an overwhelming sense of finality begins to settle in. The stars that once sparkled brightly in your view are now growing dimmer, their light retreating into the distance, swallowed by the vastness of the universe. The hum of your spacecraft is quieter now, almost imperceptible, as though it too is aware that this journey is nearing its end. The infinite expanse of the cosmos surrounds you, and yet, something has changed. The journey you've been on is drawing to a close, and the universe itself seems to be saying goodbye. You've traveled far, beyond the reach of familiar stars. Past nebulae that shimmered like oceans of color, and through galaxies that spun with incredible grace. But now, the space around you feels different. There is no longer the sense of motion or adventure, it has been replaced by an almost palpable stillness. The stars that once guided your path now seem farther away, like distant memories fading with each passing moment. The thrill of discovery, the excitement of the unknown, seems to have faded into something quieter, something more introspective. The universe, in all its grand majesty, feels as if it is preparing for a long, restful slumber. The bright stars are turning into faint flickers of light, their energy dwindling, as though they too are taking a pause. Their journey's complete. There is a deep sense of peace in the stillness, but also a quiet sorrow, as if the cosmos is gently whispering that the journey, both yours and theirs, is coming to a close. As you look out into the infinite expanse, a subtle shift occurs. It's almost imperceptible at first, a soft, rhythmic pulse that you can feel rather than hear. The universe itself seems to be exhaling, taking a final breath before settling into silence. The great expanse that once felt so alive, so full of possibility, now seems to be pulling back, retreating into the deepest corners of space. The energy that once fueled your journey is waning, and with it, the feeling of movement, of progression. You realize that this is not just the end of your journey, it is the end of an era. The universe, in its infinite cycles, moves through periods of change, of quiet and stillness, just as you have experienced. And now, this chapter is closing. As you feel the final pulse of the cosmos, you begin to understand that every beginning has an end, every journey its final destination. But even in this moment of farewell, there is a sense of acceptance, of peace. The stars flicker in the distance, their light barely visible now, and you feel the weight of their passage. These stars, some of them ancient, others newly born, have lived and died in the blink of an eye compared to the vastness of time. And now, their light is retreating into the darkness, carried away by the ever-expanding universe. Yet, in this quiet moment, you can't help but feel connected to them, as if you, too, are part of this eternal cycle of creation and dissolution. The spacecraft moves steadily through the stillness, guided by the last remnants of cosmic energy. You find yourself caught in a moment of reflection, the vastness of the universe stretching out before you in every direction. There is no longer any sense of urgency, no race to the next discovery. Instead, there is only the quiet acceptance of the journey's end. In this final stage, you feel an almost profound gratitude for all that you have witnessed, all that you have learned. You think of the countless stars, planets, and nebulae that you've seen, the mysteries you've uncovered, and the knowledge you've gained. The universe has shown you its beauty, its power, and its infinite complexity. And now, as it prepares to rest, you too must prepare to pause, to reflect on all that you have experienced. The pulse of the universe fades even more, growing weaker with each passing moment. It is as though the very heartbeat of space is quieting, as if the universe itself is ready to say its final goodbye. But even as it retreats into the darkness, there is no fear, no regret, only a quiet, accepting peace. You have witnessed something extraordinary, something beyond comprehension, and now, as the stars fade into the background, you understand that this journey was never truly about the destination, it was always about the experience, the fleeting moments of wonder that filled the silence between the stars. And so, as the final pulse of the universe echoes one last time through the quiet of space, you close your eyes, ready to embrace the stillness. You are at peace with the journey's end, knowing that in this vast, endless cosmos, every ending is simply the beginning of something new. The universe whispers its goodbyes in the quiet of space. But its echoes will remain forever, carried on the winds of time. The memory of Starlight, every star you've encountered reflects back to you. As you float in the quiet vastness of space, the universe seems to pause. The steady hum of your spacecraft, once a familiar sound, now feels distant, fading into the stillness of the cosmic expanse. There is something almost haunting about this moment, a profound sense that the stars you have seen throughout your journey are not merely distant points of light, but fragments of memories, reflections of moments long past. Every star you've encountered, every glimmering light you've watched flicker in the blackness of space, now begins to feel more personal, as though each one is calling you back. Their light, reaching you from millions, even billions of years ago, carries with it the echoes of their own journeys, their birth, their growth, their eventual death. And now, as you float through the emptiness, their light reflects back upon you, a mirror of all that you have seen, experienced, and learned along the way. It's as though the stars are not separate entities at all, but pieces of your own story, a reminder of the path you've traveled. Each star carries with it a memory of the moment you first gazed upon it, a moment of wonder and awe. You remember the excitement of discovery, the thrill of finding a new star, a distant world that no one had seen before. But now, in the quiet space that surrounds you, those stars seem to be coming to life once more, their light shifting and bending in a way that feels almost intentional. The memory of Starlight is a powerful thing. It is a symbol of the journeys you've taken, the places you've visited, and the people you've encountered along the way. Each star represents a milestone, a turning point in your quest to understand the universe. Some of these stars you've passed by without a second glance, their light no more than a fleeting speck in the vastness of space. Others have burned brightly in your memory, their brilliance impossible to forget. There was the star you first encountered as you entered a new galaxy, its light so pure and white it almost blinded you. There was the pulsar, a beacon of rhythmic energy, its signal cutting through the silence like a heartbeat in the dark. And there were the dying stars, their light flickering faintly, their journey nearly complete. Each of these stars has imprinted itself upon you, leaving a mark on your soul that can never be erased. And now, in this still, reflective moment, you realize that their light has never truly left you. It has traveled with you, lingering in the corners of your mind, shining through in moments of quiet contemplation. The stars, it seems, are more than just points of light, they are the keepers of memories, the guardians of the stories of your journey. As you drift further into the vastness of space, you start to see it more clearly, the web that connects all of the stars, all of the moments you've experienced. It's as if the stars are all tied together by invisible threads, each one pulling on the other, creating a tapestry of light and time that stretches out into eternity. Every star you've passed, every constellation you've studied, is part of this cosmic web. And now, as you look back, you begin to see how these stars, these memories, are not separate from you, but part of who you are. It's a humbling realization. The universe is vast, and yet, in its enormity, it seems to hold a mirror up to you, reflecting your journey back to you in the form of starlight. Each star you've encountered tells a story that is inseparable from your own. And as you float in the silence of space, you find yourself feeling more connected to the cosmos than ever before. The light of the stars is not just something you observe from a distance, it is something you are woven into, something that is always with you, just as you are always with it. The memories of the stars are your memories, and in their light, you see the reflection of your own journey. You see the excitement, the fear, the wonder, and the triumphs that have shaped your path. In this moment of stillness, as you drift through the vast, infinite night, you realize that every star you've seen is a piece of your own story, a fragment of light that will forever be a part of you. And though you may continue to journey on, the memory of those stars, those lights in the darkness, will remain with you, guiding you like the stars themselves, forever reflecting your path through the cosmos. As you close your eyes and drift into the quiet peace of space, you hold the memory of the stars close, knowing that no matter where your journey takes you next, the starlight will always be there, a constant companion. Always reflecting the story of who you are and where you've been. The stars are not just light, they are memories, reflections of the journey we carry within. The sound of the universe's heart, hearing the last echo of the cosmos, in the endless expanse of space, there is a quiet stillness that surrounds you. It is the kind of silence that seems all-encompassing, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. The stars twinkle faintly in the distance, distant and untouchable, while the cold void of space stretches out in every direction. Yet, in this infinite silence, you hear something, a subtle, almost imperceptible sound, the faintest heartbeat that resonates through the fabric of the cosmos. It is as if the very universe is alive, pulsing with energy, and you can feel it, this sound, this rhythm, this echo of the cosmos itself. It is the heartbeat of the universe, beating steadily through the eons, a rhythm that has existed long before you, long before the stars and galaxies were born. It is the sound that carries the stories of all creation, the energy that has sustained everything since the beginning of time. And now, as you drift through the vast emptiness, you hear it, the final echo of this heartbeat. At first, it is difficult to make out. The sound is faint, like the quiet murmur of wind on a distant planet, or the soft hum of a dying star. But as you listen, it grows clearer. It is rhythmic, slow, and steady, as if the universe is breathing its last sigh. The heartbeat of the cosmos is growing softer, quieter, each pulse weaker than the last. And yet, even in its final moments, there is something deeply comforting in this sound, something reassuring about the way it echoes through the stars. You realize that this heartbeat is not just a sound, it is a memory. It is the last pulse of an ancient universe, a reminder of everything that has come before. It carries with it the memories of every galaxy, every star, every planet that has ever existed. It is the echo of creation itself, the the sound of every life that has risen and fallen in the vastness of space. And now, as it fades, it carries the weight of all that has been. The stars around you seem to pulse in time with this heartbeat, their light flickering softly as though they, too, are listening to the rhythm of the universe. You realize that these stars, these ancient beacons of light, are not just distant objects in the sky, they are part of this great cosmic song. They have sung their part, their light traveling across the eons, and now, they, too, are quieting, their energy fading as the universe moves toward its end. In this moment, you feel a deep sense of connection. You are part of this grand symphony, a small note in the great song of the cosmos. The heartbeat of the universe is not something separate from you, it is something you are woven into, something you have always been a part of. The sound you hear is a reflection of your own journey, your own existence, and in its final moments, you feel a strange sense of peace. It is as if the universe is saying goodbye, not with fear or sadness, but with acceptance. The heartbeat is not a cry for help or a desperate plea for more time, it is the calm acceptance of what has come and gone, of all the beauty and wonder that has filled the vast reaches of space. And as it fades, you know that this is not the end, it is simply another phase in the eternal cycle of existence. The universe has lived, and now it will rest, its heartbeat fading into the quiet of space. As the final pulse echoes through the stars, you feel the quiet hum of the universe's heartbeat slowing to a stop. The silence that follows is absolute. There is no more sound, no more rhythm, just an infinite stillness that stretches out in every direction. The stars have faded, their light dimmed, their energy spent. And yet, even in this silence, you feel a deep sense of peace, knowing that the universe's heart will always remain, its echo reverberating through the void, carried on the winds of time. You close your eyes, letting the final pulse of the universe wash over you, and you realize that the heartbeat of the cosmos will never truly stop. Even in the silence, it will continue to echo, a reminder that the universe is alive, that it has always been alive, and that it will forever be. The heartbeat of the universe is not an end, but a beginning, a rhythm that will echo through eternity. The wind blows me home, carried back to the beginning. As you drift through the infinite expanse of space, there is a gentle tug at your soul, a whisper on the cosmic winds that calls you back. It is a soft, almost imperceptible pull, one that seems to come from deep within the very fabric of the universe. For a moment, it feels like a memory, something you felt before, something that has always been with you. The stars, the galaxies, the nebulae, they all fade into the background as this pull grows stronger, guiding you along a path that leads you home. You don't know where home is, exactly, but the wind carries you toward it, as if the very essence of the cosmos is pointing the way. It's not the kind of home you think of in physical terms, a house, a place, a world. No, this is something deeper, something beyond the boundaries of time and space. It is the sense of belonging, the connection to something far greater than yourself. It is the place where you began, the origin of your journey, and the final destination where you'll return. And now, as you float in the endless sea of stars, you feel the wind of the universe gently pushing you toward that place. The wind, though silent, is unmistakable. It is the current of energy that flows through the very heart of existence, a force that transcends the physical and the tangible. It moves through galaxies and stars, weaving its way through the fabric of time and space, carrying everything it touches toward its inevitable end. But for you, it's not an end. The wind is carrying you back to the beginning, the place where everything started, where your journey began before you even understood what it meant to journey at all. You think back to the moment when you first stepped into the vastness of space. It was overwhelming then, a sea of stars stretching endlessly before you. You had no idea where you were going or what you would find, but the wind of the universe, the current of energy that flowed through everything, had been there from the start, guiding you. Every star you passed, every planet you discovered, every galaxy you explored had been a part of the journey, but it was the wind, the invisible force, that had kept you moving forward, always pushing you, always guiding you. And now, as you feel that pull, you realize that the wind is not just a force of nature, it is the essence of the universe itself. It is the rhythm of existence, the current that carries all things along, always moving, always changing, but always leading them back to where they began. It is the eternal cycle, the loop that connects the beginning and the end, and now it is bringing you back to where it all started. There is a sense of peace that comes with this realization. You've seen so much, experienced so much, and yet, there is something profoundly comforting in knowing that you are being carried back to the place where it all began. The wind whispers to you, not in words, but in feelings, a deep, calming presence that reassures you. You don't need to know where you're going or how you'll get there. The wind will take you. And it will bring you home. As the pull grows stronger, you feel the stars fade into the distance. The galaxies, once so vast and full of wonder, become distant memories, slipping away behind you as the wind guides you back. The feeling is not one of loss, but of fulfillment. The journey has been long, and now, it is time to return, to rest in the place where your journey first began. The wind grows gentler, more soothing, as if the universe itself is cradling you in its embrace. It is not a cold or indifferent force, it is a warm, welcoming current that speaks to something deep within you, something primal. It knows you, understands you, and carries you toward the place where you will be at peace. The wind of the universe, in all its vastness, has become your guide, your protector, your companion on this final leg of your journey. As you approach the point where it all began, you feel a sense of clarity. You don't need to search for meaning anymore. The wind has brought you home, to the place where everything started, where the answers lie not in the stars or the galaxies, but within yourself. You understand now that the journey itself is the meaning, that every step, every turn, every moment has led you back to this point, where it all began, and in this moment of quiet, you close your eyes, letting the wind carry you further into the depths of the universe. You are not lost, not searching, but simply returning to the place where you were always meant to be. The wind, soft and unyielding, continues its journey, carrying you home, back to the beginning, where all things are one. The wind carries us not to where we want to go, but to where we belong, bringing us back to the heart of the universe, where it all began. Opening my eyes to the moonlight, returning to Earth, but still feeling the cosmos, as you drift back from the vastness of space, the weightlessness that once enveloped you begins to fade. You feel the solid ground beneath you again, the familiar touch of gravity pulling you back to Earth. But as your eyes flutter open to the soft glow of the moonlight filtering through your window, a strange sensation lingers, an unshakable connection to the cosmos, to the stars, and to the endless void you've just left behind. You breathe in deeply, and the cool night air feels different somehow, as if it carries with it the faint whisper of the universe. It's a subtle thing, almost imperceptible. But you feel it, the pulse of the cosmos still echoing within you. The familiar sounds of Earth, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of the world moving around you, all seem distant and muted now, like a dream fading in the morning light. The moon above casts its gentle glow across the landscape, and for a moment, it feels like the moon is calling you back. You remember the journey, the quiet drifting through the endless stretch of stars, the feeling of floating among galaxies, witnessing the birth and death of stars, and the silence of the universe that was both vast and intimate. The moonlight, now soft and familiar, seems to hold echoes of that cosmic journey, an invitation. A reminder that the universe is always with you, even when you're back on Earth. Lying there, in the stillness of your room, you close your eyes for a moment. You can almost hear the hum of the stars, the whispers of planets far away, and the rush of cosmic winds that once carried you through space. It's not a loud sound, not something you can hear with your ears, but something that resonates deep inside of you, in the very core of your being. The universe, vast and infinite, has left its mark on you. It's as though the stars themselves have whispered their secrets to your soul, and now, even though your body is back on Earth, your mind and heart are still drifting through the cosmos. The moonlight, soft and serene, seems to connect you to those distant places. To the stars that are still shining their light across the universe. You feel the connection in your chest, a warmth that radiates outward, as if the very light of the stars has touched your soul. Even as your feet are planted firmly on Earth, your spirit still dances among the stars, still feels the pull of the galaxies, and still floats in the silence of space. It is strange, this feeling of being here, yet not truly here. Your senses are rooted in the physical world, but your thoughts and emotions remain tethered to something far greater. The space you once traveled is still within you, still part of you. The vastness of the universe, once so overwhelming and unknown, now feels like an old friend. An unspoken bond that ties you to the infinite. You open your eyes once more, and the moon's light seems brighter now, as if it holds a deeper meaning, a connection to all that you've experienced. The earth beneath you is no longer just a planet, it is a small piece of a much larger whole, a fragment of the universe that you now carry within you. And in this moment, you realize that the universe is not something separate, something distant, but something that is always with you. It is in the air you breathe, in the ground beneath your feet, and in the light of the moon that now bathes the world in silver. The quiet hum of the cosmos lingers, and you feel at peace, knowing that even though you are back on Earth, the stars are still with you. The universe, vast and infinite, has become a part of you. The moon, silent and eternal, watches over you, a reminder that no matter where you are never truly separated from the vastness of space. As you drift off to sleep, the last whisper of the stars echoes through your mind, and you close your eyes, knowing that tomorrow, and every day after, the universe will still be there, quietly watching, quietly waiting, always just a heartbeat away. The universe does not end when we return to Earth. It lingers in our hearts, in the light of the moon, and in the stars that continue to shine, even when we are not looking. The dream that lingers, wondering if what happened was real. As you lie in bed, the weight of sleep begins to settle over you, pulling you deeper into the world of dreams. But there's something different tonight. A faint lingering sensation stays with you, like an echo that refuses to fade. You close your eyes, trying to ease into the comforting embrace of slumber, but your mind is still reeling, still caught in a web of uncertainty. Was it a dream? Or was it real? The images flood your mind, vivid and clear, as if they happened only moments ago. You can still feel the cool breath of the cosmic winds against your skin, the vastness of space stretching out endlessly before you. The stars that shone so brightly. The galaxies that swirled like ribbons of light, everything felt so real, so tangible. But now, as you lay here on Earth, it seems distant, like a memory that's fading with each passing second. You sit up in bed, eyes wide open, staring into the dark room. The world around you feels too still, too grounded, compared to the infinite expanse you were just a part of. You wonder if the journey through the stars, the cosmic winds, the gentle pull of distant worlds, was all just a dream, a product of your imagination. Or could it have been something more? Something that touched the very core of your being, something that now lingers with you, whispering its secrets into your soul. The questions rise in your mind like an unrelenting tide, each one more pressing than the last. Did I truly travel across the cosmos? Was I truly among the stars, floating in the silence of space? The memories are so vivid, so detailed, that they feel as though they belong to another life, another version of you. But then, how could something so extraordinary be just a dream? You glance out the window, searching for something that might ground you, something that might bring you back to reality. The moon is there, casting its silver light across the night sky. Its soft glow reminds you of the journey you've just returned from, the path you've traveled through the vast darkness of space. It's as if the moon is calling you back, reminding you of a time when the world around you wasn't just solid ground and quiet nights. It was a universe filled with possibilities, with stars, with the endless unknown. The more you think about it, the more the lines between reality and dream blur. Perhaps the dream itself was real, a vision of another world, a journey that your soul took while your body remained here on Earth. But then, why does it feel so vivid? Why does it feel like something more than just a fleeting fantasy? You can still hear the whisper of the stars, still feel the coolness of the cosmic winds. The universe still lingers in your thoughts, in the deep corners of your mind. You lie back down, pulling the blankets up around you, and close your eyes once more. The dream, the journey, is still with you. It's not just a memory, not just a fleeting thought. It is alive within you, a part of you that you can't shake, no matter how hard you try. The question remains, though, was it real? You wonder if you will ever truly know the answer. But deep down, a part of you doesn't need to. The experience, whether it was a dream or reality, has changed you in ways you cannot explain. It has left its mark on your soul, a connection to something greater, something beyond the physical world. In the silence of the night, you feel a sense of peace wash over you. Perhaps the answer isn't as important as the feeling that lingers within you, the sense that you are part of something much larger than yourself, something that stretches across time, space, and the very fabric of existence. The boundaries between dream and reality, between the known and the unknown, have blurred, and in this moment, it no longer matters. What matters is the journey, the feeling of connection, the reminder that the universe is vast and full of wonder, and that somehow, you are a part of it. As you drift back into sleep, the dream fades into the background of your thoughts, but the feeling remains. It's not a memory, nor a fantasy, it's something that exists beyond the realm of logic and reason. It is a truth, a reality, that only your heart understands. And as you surrender to the quiet of the night, you know that, in some way, the journey is still happening, still unfolding, even if you can't see it. Perhaps it doesn't matter if it was real or just a dream. What matters is that it touched something deep inside you, something that will stay with you forever. The stars will always wait, even after waking, space remains the same. As you wake up, the soft glow of morning light spills into the room, gently pulling you out of the realm of dreams. The world around you is quiet, familiar, and grounded. Yet, there's something in your heart that still feels far away, as if a part of you is still drifting in the cosmos, still among the stars. You stretch, blink the sleep from your eyes, and wonder if the universe is still out there, waiting for you, as it always has. The dreams you had last night are still fresh in your mind, the endless expanse of space, the shimmering lights of distant stars, the feeling of floating in the vast emptiness. Untouched by time or gravity. It all felt so real, like a journey you were truly on, a journey that took you far from Earth, beyond the boundaries of what we know. You can still feel the coolness of the cosmic winds on your skin, hear the faint hum of distant stars, and sense the quiet pulse of the universe surrounding you. But now, as you sit up in bed, you realize you're back on Earth. The familiar sounds of life, the chirp of birds, the rustle of the trees, fill the air. It's a gentle reminder that you've returned to reality. Still, you can't shake the feeling that the cosmos is not as far away as it seems. The universe, vast and infinite, still lingers in your thoughts, a part of you that refuses to fade with the morning light. You stand up and walk toward the window, looking out at the sky. It's a clear day, with only a few wisps of clouds scattered across the horizon. The stars, though hidden by the sunlight, are still there, waiting in the depths of the universe. They've always been there, long before you were born, and will remain long after you're gone. In some way, they are constant, unchanging, always present even when you cannot see them. The more you think about it, the more you realize that the stars, the universe, is not something that comes and goes with your dreams. It's always there, waiting for you. They never stop shining, never stop existing. Even when you're lost in the routine of daily life, the stars continue their slow dance across the night sky, far beyond your reach but never out of sight. They're like silent companions, always there, waiting for you to return to them. Even when you've stepped away to live your life on Earth, there is something comforting in that thought, the idea that the stars will always wait. No matter how long you are away, no matter how far you drift from their light, they will always be there. Shining, constant. Just as they were there last night, just as they were there when you were a child, just as they will be there tomorrow. The stars do not judge the passage of time. They exist beyond it. They are ageless, enduring, and patient. In that moment, you realize that space, like the stars, is not something that disappears when you wake up. It is not a dream, nor a fleeting thought. It is a part of you, a part of everything, something that you carry with you no matter where you go. Whether you're awake or asleep, earthbound or lost in the stars, the universe remains the same. Its vastness, its mystery, its beauty, it is always there, waiting for you to return, waiting for you to remember. You close your eyes for a moment, and even without seeing the stars, you can feel their presence. It's like a quiet, reassuring hum that resonates deep within you, a connection to something much greater than yourself. The stars are patient. They do not need your attention to shine. They do not need you to believe in them for them to exist. They will always be there, shining, waiting for you to look up and remember. As you take a deep breath, you realize that the universe doesn't require your presence to keep going. It doesn't need your recognition or your acknowledgement. But still, it waits. It waits for you to return, to seek it out, to remember the vastness of existence. And when you do, it will be right where it has always been, shining, constant, unchanging. You smile softly, feeling a sense of peace. The stars will wait, always. And no matter where you go or what you do, you will always carry a piece of the universe within you. The stars will always wait, shining quietly in the dark, ready for you to return, even when you've long forgotten. One night. I will return again, a journey that never ends. The night is quiet, the world around you peaceful, as you lie in bed, eyes closed, drifting between the world of dreams and reality. The air is cool, the sounds of the outside world muffled, but your mind is alive with a distant memory, a feeling that lingers. Somewhere in the depths of your thoughts, there is a whisper, a promise, a certainty that one night, you will return. It's a journey that has no end, no final destination. A journey that doesn't follow the rules of time or space. It is a journey that stretches across the vast expanse of the universe, to places unknown, to stars that have yet to be born and galaxies that have yet to be discovered. You've traveled it before, in dreams, in moments of quiet reflection. But it's more than just a dream. It is something real, something deep within you, something that calls you to return again and again. You remember the feeling, the weightlessness, the freedom, the sense of belonging to something so much bigger than yourself. The endless stretch of stars above you, the soft hum of the universe that surrounds you like a gentle lullaby. It was a journey that felt endless, yet always filled with new discoveries, new mysteries to uncover. Each time you traveled, it was as if you were discovering the universe for the first time. Every star, every planet, every distant galaxy was like a new chapter in a book that had no final page. And yet, no matter how far you traveled, no matter how many stars you visited, you always knew that the journey wasn't finished. There was always more to explore, always more to learn, always more to feel. It was a journey that could never truly end, because the universe itself was endless. You would never reach its boundaries. You would never run out of space, or time, or beauty. There was always another star on the horizon, always another world to visit, always another corner of the cosmos to explore. Now, as you lie in bed, wrapped in the quiet of the night, you feel that pull again. The pull of the universe, calling you back. It's gentle but persistent, like the whisper of a loved one calling your name. You know that one night, when the time is right, you will return. You will slip back into the embrace of the stars, where time holds no meaning, where space is limitless, where the universe itself feels like home. There are no rules here, no boundaries. In this vast, infinite space, you are free. You can go anywhere, do anything, be anyone. The universe is your playground, and every journey is an adventure waiting to unfold. You will soar through the skies of distant planets, walk on the surface of moons that no human has ever touched, and gaze into the heart of galaxies that are beyond comprehension. The universe will be your guide, and you will be its traveler, wandering from one wonder to the next. But even as you feel this pull, even as your mind drifts back to those endless starry nights, there's a part of you that remains grounded. You are here, in this moment, in this world, living a life filled with love, with connection, with purpose. And yet, that journey remains, always waiting for you, like a promise that can never be broken. You know that when you close your eyes, when you drift off to sleep, the stars will still be there, and so will the journey. You wonder if, when you return, you will ever truly leave again. The thought of it is comforting, a constant thread that runs through your soul, reminding you that no matter what happens, the universe is always with you. Even when you wake up in the morning. Even when you go through the motions of daily life, the journey is still there, waiting for you. The stars are still there, shining brightly in the distance, a beacon for you to follow. The night deepens, and you feel yourself slipping closer to sleep. The journey beckons once more, but this time, you know it's different. It's not just a dream, it's a truth that lives deep within you. The universe is calling you back, and you will go, again and again, as long as the stars continue to shine. You are a part of something greater, something endless. The journey will never truly end, and in that, there is peace. One night, I will return again, to the stars, to the endless journey, to a place where time and space are limitless. And where my soul will always feel at home.